and I'm reading it, and it says in there that they're giving us money to do this tour. Woo! Some things don't change. Okay, well, you clean that one up.
I haven't heard her so quiet.
We know just about everybody here by name, we know your dog's name. Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Are we starting?
Yeah, you all start.
I was trying to be polite. Thanks for coming to our party. We're supposed to talk about why we're doing the tour. You know, for me, I was saying it today to the fans. By the way, there were a lot of fans there tonight who have never seen the Judds before. And I was interested in that. There's another generation of people out there at my shows that my fans are bringing their kids to the shows. And I'm excited by the idea of passing along Judd music to the next generation of you know, the Cracker Barrel thing, for instance. There's an idea of a 12-year-old going in who didn't know who the Judds were before, buying a Winona t-shirt. There's just something about that that thrills me. I have teenagers myself. We want to pass this on to the next generation, and it's time. And we've come up with the tour name of the last Encore, which to me is funny because we don't really know that it will be, but we had to come up with something other than the Medicare tour or something paying the farm off. I was going to call it the Cougar tour. Yeah, well, somebody suggested the Country Cougar tour. I was thinking about it. That'll be the 6 o'clock news. But the truth is, it's time, and you know, a woman knows when it's time to have a child or get married. Or I just knew, and I've been kind of asking God lately, like, what are you blessing? We don't want to do something and ask God to bless it. We want to do what God is blessing, kind of thing, which is different for me after 25 years of being in this industry. I'm looking for things that, I don't know about you guys, but what keeps us doing what we do? You know, do we love it so much that we're willing to do 18 shows together? You know, our therapist says it's okay that we go back out in public without supervised visits. We're in a really good place. You know, I'm probably the healthiest that I've been in a long time. Mom is obviously healed. We're the American dream, and it's just time to celebrate that. And the fans are asking. It's not like we went out there and thought, how can we sell this? The fans have been asking for it. They still know all the words. I mean, you heard them today. There's no, it's almost as if there's been such a little amount of time since 2000 when we did our first reunion tour. So I'm excited as a daughter to celebrate Mom. She's got rhinestones on everything. And, well, not today. I've been rhinestone free for 10 years.
But it's an exciting time, so. Thank you guys for sharing it with us.
I might fall off the wagon for the tour, though. We'll see. I mean, used to be, you guys, when you were around us, it's kind of like juggling chainsaws. It was dangerous. You didn't know what was going to happen. Now it's kind of like juggling kittens.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I get emails. No, this tour, there were no kittens harmed during
the tour opens on the 26th in Green Bay, Wisconsin, Segway, and then ends on the 19th of December in Phoenix. So there are 18 shows. It's you know what? You're not working.
I'm
with
having
me.
a nervous breakthrough.
Too much Reader's Digest to pull it off. Does anyone have any questions, though? Because I don't want to talk the whole time. Do you want to say anything like, you know?
She's the best singer in the whole world, and I'm very privileged to sing with her.
Are we sharing? You're asking us to share a mic.
There you go.
Are you serious? Hunter, what do you want to know?
So much.
That's funny.
But first off, I wanted to ask about the music that's at the heart of this. These Judd songs, why you don't always do these in your solo show. So Naomi, having you two together, I mean, it's great for us fans who really long to hear these songs again. It's just, so tell me about the experience of singing these songs on stage once again, because they're great.
Well, some of them, that's an interesting thing because we're production-wise, we're moving some things around because I'm not 18 anymore and quite as sweet and naive as I once was. So, you know, there's a different attitude, but yet you're right. We don't want to change it so much. There's a real need to go back to the well, as they say, and be reminded. I mean, how old were you when you were a fan? Like 10?
Started when I was
Real young, like
Before
under 10?
Al Gore invented the
Yeah,
internet.
that's awesome. That's awesome. And, gosh, this is really tougher than I thought. I have no idea what you just asked me, Hunter.
Let's just talk about the songs. I mean,
The songs. You're talking about the bringing them back?
jazz songs.
Well, when we did Young Love today, there's still a sweetness. I don't know about you, but, so much of music today, and I get it, bypasses the heart, goes for libido. I get it. And yet, when you hear a song like Young Love, it's the sweetness of country music that I long to hear, and I'm really touched by it. And so singing it today was so sweet. And it reminds me of when we were much younger and sweeter, in a time that was simpler. When you sing Grandpa talking about the good old days, you can see people weeping in the audience. It evokes a real, what's the word, when you're reminiscing and you're thinking of the past. That's what we're there to do. It's, whether it's peacetime or wartime, our music, and especially country music, is there. It's a backdrop of everyday life. So these songs are still being listened to by our generation and the kids. I was watching a little girl today, probably 10, sing Love Can Build a Bridge, and I thought, it's a good day.
But we're gonna have new songs too.
We all have separate buses?
Hey, yeah. We're separate buses.
Okay. Hi. Over here.
I say that lovingly just because I need my own space.
Hi, lady.
Hi, hi.
Coming full circle, performing together as adult, mature women, and I say that with all due respect, as opposed to being the mother and the 18 and 17-year-old daughter. How has that changed now from men performing together? And looking back at 1983, what kind of advice would you give those women then?
I'd give out probably Ted's number, my life coach, who I wrote my book about in 2003 when I got into a recovery from the music business program, of just being less reactionary and more proactive. Like with Mom, we're not going to always agree, but I said to Carrie the other day, let's sit down and have a meeting. For instance, we just did our first photo session in years, and it was a bit of a cluster because we were two camps trying to come together, two strong alpha females trying to share the same space. And we came up with a proactive decision of let's have a meeting before this so we can iron out all these details so we're free to have a relationship. We're healthier than we were. And I'm not as like if Mom says, are you gonna wear that? And I give her that, look, we don't do that anymore. We're not the Smothers Brothers, where there was always this sort of sarcastic thing of, I don't know, Mom, have you taken your medication today? I mean, we would make jokes at each other's expense, and now it's, you know what, this is what I need, and this is what I'm communicating. And so it's so healthy, you guys are probably going to be bored.
I don't think so.
But it's a good time, because it's a very proactive time. And so I would tell people, also to have someone like a Carrie manager, people like Kurt who stand around and tell us, that didn't work so good, Naomi. That little comment you made about the healthcare bill, how did that go over? You have to, in other words, surround yourself with people who don't just say yes and kiss your butt. You need people around you who say, not so much.
We'll just wait and see at the end of the tour who got the
Yeah,
most
we
memos.
talk all this time, and this is what will be in the headline.
I'm not going to get as many memos this time.
Okay.
But I think from my perspective, it's about perspective. Because before, I had no perspective. I just, the first thing I did when we got a royalty check from RCA Records in '84, I bought a set of Clairol hot rollers. And got garbage service because we live so far out in the country. I got tired of having a stinky trunk. So now, I don't have to try as hard. I knew we only had one shot. And I had always been kind of, I started to say pitiful. I don't like that victim thing. You get to be a victim once, after that you're a volunteer. I was tired of living week to week, working at the hospital and trying to support my crazy kids. They were very high-spirited. And now, God help us all, I feel freer.